Hi artists, it's Miss Kuhn, and today we're going to talk about art museums. Our I Can statement today is I can discuss exhibit space and prepare works of art for presentation. We're going to learn a little bit about curators. Those are people that work in museums that decide what work is hung in an exhibit and how that work is displayed. We're going to make a miniature model of a museum and you're going to choose work to exhibit in your gallery space. You can create your own art, you can get your family to help you and exhibit a family show together inside of your mini museum. You can print pictures at home on your computer if you want to include famous paintings, or you can cut out little pictures from magazines or things that you have at home to exhibit in your space. So let's get started on our demo. Okay artists, the first thing that I'm going to do is show you how to make a 3D space to have for your exhibit space. I think it works best if you have two sheets of paper that you start with first, and you'll turn one horizontally and one vertically, and then trace a line down the side so that you end up with a square on one of the sheets, and then you're going to cut on that line. You can use colored paper or white paper, whatever you have access to is fine. So I have a square shape now. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, and it doesn't matter which direction goes first because it's a perfect square. So I'll fold it in half and then I'll open it and fold it the other way. And then I'm only going to cut this fold that's at the bottom, and when I get to the cross in the middle where the lines intersect, that tells me where to stop. So I'm going to cut on my line until I get to the intersection where they all meet, and I'm going to stop. Okay, now to make this little 3D gallery, these two cut pieces are going to slide together and make kind of like the inside part of a cube. So I have a wall, and a floor for my exhibit space. You'll need something to stick it with. You could tape it on the side here. You could do a few drops of glue, whatever works best for you. I'm going to use glue and put just a dot, not a lot, on the bottom of my gallery floor, and then fold them together, and I may have to hold it for just a moment to let it stick. So I've created my exhibit space, and now we need to talk about what kinds of work we could show in our gallery space. This is an example of a two-dimensional work of art. It's by an artist named Henri Matisse, and it's so large that it takes up the whole gallery wall space. This photograph was taken at the MoMA, and it's artwork by the same artist that we just looked at, Henri Matisse. These works are smaller, so the curator decided to fill the wall with small works of art. So you get to choose if the works are big or if they're small. Museums also exhibit three-dimensional works, such as sculptures. This is a sculpture by an artist named Jeff Koons, and it stands in the middle of the gallery so that the viewer can walk around it. Curators often make decisions to hang two-dimensional work and three-dimensional works together in an exhibit space. This photo was taken at the Met, and the artwork, the 2D art and 3D art, is by Degas. The curator of this exhibit chose to hang two-dimensional work and display three-dimensional work in the same gallery space. The art is by Andy Warhol, and this photo is from the Grand Rapids Museum. And this photo was taken from the Allen Memorial Art Museum. You can see that the curator of this exhibit chose to hang several paintings on the walls, and there are multiple sculptures on the floor in front of them. So now we're going to take the next few minutes to create work and build our gallery. Now you could choose to leave your walls white. Some curators have white walls because it makes the artwork kind of pop or stand out, but depending on what you're exhibiting, you can change the mood or the entire aesthetic of your gallery by changing the wall colors. And some museums and galleries repaint every time they change an exhibit. You can also color on the floor. So I'm going to work on my example, and I can't wait to see what you create. I'm going to share my little art museum with you. I have 5 two-dimensional works of art. Those are flat pieces that hang on the wall. You could do any number that you wanted. I've got 2 that are hanging above each other, and then they're grouped around the room. And then for my sculpture, my demo, you might have noticed that I started cutting some cardboard and just building a sculpture with the cardboard that I had. And you can do that. Or if you've got Play-Doh or Legos or anything that you could kind of shape to make a sculpture, you can create something. So I ended up using Play-Doh, and I made a little snail sculpture that's sitting in the middle of my gallery. So I can't wait to see what you create for your gallery. Please share photos of your work in the comments below this video, or you can email them to Miss Kuhn at amkuhn@auburnschools.org. Thanks. Bye.